And good morning. Welcome to day 19. We are knocking it out. Today's practice will be completely on the ground. Remember, you have an option to always do this on the bed, especially if you know your knees are a little problematic. So I do have a blanket with me today. And also I wanted to show you a bolster. This is just a long pillow. You could use a pillow that you sleep with, or if you have one of those body pillows, that works great too. I'm actually going to show you how to use this for your knees if you don't think that a blanket is quite enough. But we're going to start on our backs today. Today is going to be hip focused. So we will be tender with our beautiful hips. Come on down to your back and squeeze your knees to your chest. Give a little rock. Oh, it's midweek, mid-month. We're going to have a little pause in our body, pause in our life. Go ahead and steady your body. Bring one hand to each knee and gently let your knees float apart. Go slow. On your in-breath, close your knees. And your out-breath, open your knees. It's that slow. Inhale to close. Exhale to open. Now my hands are just resting there. I'm using my muscles of my legs and my hips to make this motion. I'm not pushing or pulling. If you need to push or pull and have support with your hips, always take that option. My hands are just resting on my knees. We got two more. Open and close. Open and close. Now I'm going to bring my knees towards my chest, get a deeper bend in the hip, and then push my knees away back to neutral. Inhale to squeeze. Exhale to release. Nice and slow. I was thinking about how fast this month has gone, how fast life goes, how fast the year has been. So sometimes I think it's important to just stop and just pause. I'm obviously outside and the clouds are above me and they're just moving at this beautiful slow pace. We'll do two more. It's kind of mesmerizing. If you ever get an opportunity to practice outside, try it. It's magnificent. All right, lower your feet to the mat. We're going to take our feet wide. We're going to just have soft zigzags. So we're not going to hold here. We're just kind of loosening up the front of the hip. Pelvis area, the low abdominals. Two more. Now we're going to come back to center. Walk your feet in close so that the heels are close to the cheeks. And we're going to take the feet and bring them together and let the knees open like a butterfly. Let gravity help you here. Just let gravity help you soften over the inner thighs through those adductors. Okay, place your hands on your pelvis or your hips attached to your pelvis, your legs to your pelvis. That feels nice. And close it up. You straighten the left leg as long as you can. Bring your right knee in and squeeze. Once I have my hands interlaced like a basket around my right knee, right shin, I'm going to start to make some circles. Now think about your hip joint here. It's that ball and socket. So it moves in this circular motion. Ideally, we like to have that movement. It creates synovial fluid, keeps the hip nice and healthy. Three more. If you feel popping and clicking as you do this, just make your circles smaller. Reverse your circles. Three more. I just have my right hand on my right knee right now because I don't want that much flexion because my right leg is sore. All right, bring your right knee into your chest and then we're going to open it to the side like that gate. I'm going to rest my right thigh into my hand, cradling it. Now I have a big open space through my pelvis. Feels nice. Left hip flexor is getting a nice stretch because it's long. Next in breath, right leg comes up. I'm going to reach with my left hand and pull the right leg over my body. Nice spinal twist. Inhale back to center and we switch sides. Right leg goes long. Left knee comes in. Start to make some circles. Just tiny circles for me. Tiny circles. Make them as big as it's comfortable for you. Reverse. Bring your left hand to your left knee. Open it like a gate. Let gravity help. In breath brings you back up. Right hand finds the left knee, and you will bring your left knee over to the right. You will. I'm going to opt to not. Bring your left knee over to your right. Get a spinal twist. Inhale back to center. Hug both knees in. Give a little rock and roll. Tip over to one side or pop yourself up. And now we're going to come to all fours, and we're going to use the bolster or the blanket to support our knees. If you don't have problems with your knees, it's nice just to have a little extra cushion by rolling your mat up and being able to have a double layer of that. Here, I'm going to use the blanket. You could also use the bolster. I think for me, I don't need that much padding, but I like to have a little bit. So knees are going to be on the blanket. If you have bad knees, do this on a bed. We're going to swing the hips side to side just a couple times just to find our little wiggle. And now we're going to take cat and cow. So start with cow, let the belly fall, bring the heart through, lift your nose. Just stretching the front line of the body. And exhale, round your spine. Tuck your chin. Good old Emma. Inhale, lift your nose. Exhale, round your spine. She's a good girl. Inhale, lift your nose. Exhale, round your spine. Two more. Inhale, lift your nose. Exhale, round your spine. Last one. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale to tabletop. Now we're going to come into lizard pose. So I'm going to show you how to get there mindfully. You're going to need your knees to be on something soft, a bed or a blanket, or maybe not, nothing. Depends on your knees. I'm just assuming. All right, we're going to start with the right leg. I'm actually going to come into this a little differently because my hips are not happy. So we're going to take the right leg forward. Okay, so we're just in this lunge. But typically when we're in a lunge, our back leg is lifted. This is called a low lunge. So my knee is on the softness, my right knee is bent. And now I'm going to press my hips forward. Feel a big stretch through my left hip flexor. This is our starting point. Now I'm going to take my eyes and turn to the right. That's going to deepen that twist in the spine, but also deepen the stretch in the left hip flexor. I don't come to this one often because it's a big one. Come back to neutral with the eyes. Before we get into full lizard, let's take the right leg and straighten it. So here's where I wish I would have grabbed blocks because I'm incredibly stiff. I would have liked to have brought the floor to me, but I wasn't prepared. So now I'm stretching through the hamstring, not here for long. Now we're going to come into lizard. Bend your right knee, walk your hands forward, bring your right hand to the inside of your right leg. It's called a low lunge or a lizard stretch. Sometimes people call it a runner's lunge as well. Big stretch through that left hip. Deep stretch through the right cheek. Now take your right elbow and just kind of open up your right knee. You can open it a lot if your hips like that. Mine like to stay in neutral. So my arm is touching my leg and I'm just going to hang here and breathe. And it's incredibly uncomfortable. So this is where we go back to that intention, how we show up in the world. When life gets uncomfortable, do we bail? Do we curse? Do we say terrible things about ourselves? Or do we hang in there, know that it's temporary, and know that sometimes personal growth is uncomfortable? Take your eyes to the right. Oof. Come back to center. We're out of here. Hinge back, bring the right leg with you, and just find a comfortable seat for a second. That is a very deep pose. Probably should be doing it more because it's so uncomfortable. I tend to avoid it, but it's really good for opening up the front of the hip. All right, we got two sides. I often tell my people that I teach in the community, this is a great time to be grateful that we are not octopus and we only have two sides. Here we go. We'll see how this leg does. Left foot comes forward. Press the hips forward. Okay, so now my right hip is getting a huge stretch in the front and my left cheek is feeling craziness. All right, here we go. Turn your head to the left. Come back to center. Now, I'm not going to be able to push my hips as forward as perhaps you would be able to. I'll go just for a second, maybe that far, but I can't stay there. Left leg straightens, toes come up. And we just get a hamstring stretch. So ideally, should have had blocks, don't have blocks. I'm just going to open up the back for a second. All right, here we go into lizard, runner, or low lunge. Here we go. We're going to bend the left knee. Hands are gonna come to the inside. Maybe I'll use this bolster after all. Put my hands on the bolster. I would have preferred to have blocks. There we go. I'm there. So my hands are on the inside. My left elbow is pressing against my left inner thigh. And I'm incredibly uncomfortable, but I'm going to breathe through this. You can round your spine, look at your belly. You can keep your eyes forward. It doesn't really matter, whatever feels good in your body. But now that we've been a couple breaths, turn your head to the left and deepen that right hip flexor. Inhale the eyes back to front and walk yourself back. Now, oof, just because I can't stay long in that shape, if it feels really good in your body, come back and do it again. You stay longer. It's just not something that I'm able to do at this current time. All right, we're going to stand up and finish up our hip practice. I'm going to step wide over my blanket, hike up my pants, thumbs to the inside, fingers to the outside. And now I'm going to push my knees away. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. Come back to center. Straighten your spine. Keep your legs bent. Bring your heart forward. On your in-breath, straighten your legs. Turn all 10 toes to me. Take a wide fold. Wide fold. Come on down. Hands can dangle. Hands can find the floor. Once you're in it, shift the weight to your toes. Bend your knees and slowly rise up. Sometimes strength, growth is challenging and hard. And we often give up in life when it gets too hard and too challenging. Rather than giving up, remember that it's temporary, that we can get through most everything, and that sometimes on the other side of growth is an amazing harvest. And that's what we're working on this month. Hold your seed. Grow your seed open. Let your seed get taller and bigger as it blooms. It scatters. The whole world is starting to see what you are working on, and that will be returned to you. Day 19 is in the books. Day 20 is going to be later in the day tomorrow, so watch for that, and I will see you tomorrow, day 20. Have a beautiful day night.